if she were.
First of all, white
Racist.
guy. Wait.
And that's
Hold
really
on.
not a black
White
thing.
guy.
Go. It's a black thing. It's
Us
more of a
as
young
black
boy
men,
thing. It's a
we
4K
don't-
Trey thing.
We don't want to be involved in to think about who our daughter chooses as their significant other.
Absolutely, you need to be concerned with who your daughter ends up
You're
with.
going to worry about your daughter's private part. We're not doing that.
Who she ends up dating?
No.
Yes, it doesn't even have to extend to the private
our daughter.
parts.
We instill in them certain values, direction, and know what to do, what not to do, and we let them make their decisions.
So if your daughter ends up dating a serial killer, you're just going to let it go. I don't care. Whatever. Do what you need to do.
If that's where he ends up, that's where he ends up.
Shalom. I like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings to your sincere Akim out there pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth. And excuse me. This is the current mindset of Jake in America. All right, this is why when you go into all of these other ways, gang banging, all the demons that come with that, Islam, whatever, this is what you get. You get the ways of death. Right? Only when you choose the ways of the Lord do you receive life. Right? And what's the fate of all these different big homies and OGs and all these guys out here? Just from what I've seen, it's usually death, it's usually jail, and then the rest of you become Masons. You go into all of this other witchcraft shit. And that's what the hood is full of, man. You have a lot of Jakes who are into that because it became popular, witchcraft. All right, but we're here to cut off witchcraft, man. We're here to destroy. Egypt is going to be destroyed. This is Leviticus 19:29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness. All right, so you're not supposed to let your daughter be a hoe. You're not supposed to be letting your daughter do sleepovers at boys' house or now you might say, like, what the fuck are you talking? You have people who do that kind of shit. You're not supposed to do any of that, and that's what the different neighborhoods are full of. You have a lot of women. It's not a lot of intelligent decisions being made in these households. Okay, the mother might be at work, father might be at work or just not around. Which that's why the scriptures say, man, the wickedness of a woman. All of this chaos and a lot of this chaos and confusion is just because of women. What does it say? All wickedness is little to the wickedness of a woman. That's why you have to keep a woman in a certain level of subjection. All right, certain things you can't tell her, certain stuff you don't need to voice to her. She's here for a reason, to serve you. All right, Salaki, let's move on. Leviticus 21:7. They shall not take a wife that is a whore or profane. See, we were such a holy people that certain women we didn't even deal with, because you were going into the ways of the heathen. Just like during the Roman Empire, you can look this up. They said to appease the goddess of Aphrodite, right? The goddess of love, a fake goddess. You had to, the young girls had to have orgies. You had to have an orgy to appease that, and Jake was all into appeasing false goddesses, false gods. So Jake was right in there doing it. All right, when you watch like Caligula, shit, that was just in Caligula's household. That shit was going on all over Rome. Right, basically, what people did was they followed after the Caesar and his different activities. So when they saw the Caesar doing that, Of course, the people are going to do it, right? As the ruler is. So, and America is like a multiplied version of that, because here you've had the family structure breakdown. All right, then the Amalekites, they've pushed for, degeneracy. You got the Hugh Hefners, you got all of the different social programming and sexualization. Everything is just sex. Right now, who are they promoting? Sexy Red and all these other wicked whores. That's all you hear when you drive through the neighborhood, And maybe it's a different whore, but she's saying the same thing. Look, I could do without, the same shit. And that's why the scriptures say, give not a lot of liberty to a woman. Damn, I wasn't gonna do a women's video, but it's a wicked ass spirit that we have to continue to rebuke, man. The spirit of the black woman is an ancient and evil spirit, for real, going back to the beginning. As a matter of fact, Leviticus 21, and let's start at verse 1. And the Lord said unto Moses, speak unto the priests, the sons of Aaron, and say unto them, there shall none be defiled for the dead among his people, but for his kin that is near unto him, that is, for his mother, and for his father, and for his son, and for his daughter, and for his brother, and for his sister a virgin, that is nigh unto him, which hath had no husband, for her he be defiled. Meaning, you really could only do that for only those who are close. Only those who are close. They can't even, be defiled. But he shall not defile himself, being a chief man among his people, which that's what the Levites were. They were the chief men. The priests are the chief men. The sons of Aaron were the chief men. And that's what we're being trained up to be, the chief men of our people. Right? Because end of the day, every nation, you have hierarchy. You have, those who are higher. And our nation is no different. And you want to be at the highest level that you can be at all times, physically, spiritually. That's the goal. If you fall, you slip, you get sick, you got to take the herbs, you got to get back up. You got to apply this wisdom to your daily walk. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard. Right? You see these priests today, naked face, naked head, bald. Nor make any cuttings in their flesh. They shall be holy, because these other nations, they did that shit. They put cuttings for the dead, which a tattoo is just like that. People, R.I.P. so and so, or this is a tribute to somebody. They're making a cut for the dead, for cutting in your flesh. And for somebody alive either. It says they shall be holy unto their power, and not profane the name of their power. For the offerings of the Lord made by fire, and the bread of their power they do offer, therefore they shall be holy. They shall not take a wife that is a whore or profane, neither shall they take a woman put away from her husband, for he is holy unto his power. So certain women, which, really, we do these lessons, it's primarily for the men, to teach the women. Now, we understand there are sisters out there, but at the end of the day, you should really be listening and learning from your husband at all times. It says, they shall not take a wife that is a whore, so no whores, or profane, nothing outside the temple. Neither shall they take, so nothing crazy. Like today, a lot of these bitches we deal with, all of them are profane. The scriptures say you have trouble in the flesh. Right? A woman is unclean. She's subject to unclean spirits. Right? We're the covering for the woman. She's the weaker vessel. All right? And we possess the seed of our nation. So it's a certain power in that. Like you have a bit of seed. Not to get graphic, but that seed is very bitter. It's a lot of power in that seed. The seeds, you can leave a seed dormant for months and then plant it, and then depending on what plant it is, it'll still grow. Certain other seeds, you wet it, you throw it in the soil today, in a couple of days it'll sprout. And it's been sitting up in a piece of fruit in the grocery store. All right, so because I've seen different situations, man. Brothers, you really have to mind the women that you deal with and filter them. Everything that glitters ain't gold. So weigh things out in the spirit, that's for you to do. This is verse 8. Thou shalt sanctify him therefore, for he offereth the bread of thy power. He shall be holy unto thee. For I, the Lord, which sanctified you, am holy. All right, we're supposed to be sanctified. Supposed to be made holy. I wish this word is doing that. It's purifying us. All right, but the main point verse 9. And the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profaneth her father, she shall be burnt with fire. Right? And we know what nation represents the whore in Revelation, right? So you don't want to be found. That's the spirit being pushed, man. Whores. They've pushed that spirit heavily. Again, under Amalek. Right? This whole wave of pornos and even the white woman getting with Jake, right? Where she can feel the end coming. That's them erring and pushing forth that filth, but it's ultimately the will of the Lord anyway. And it's all filth. And the fact that it's the fact that they even legalized it shows you how much power these people have. They can change the laws, they can change the moral values of a society. All right, but the point, the daughter of the priest, if she profane herself, she's gonna be burned. She's supposed to be burned. Right? How many of these men really guard their daughter? How many of these men really filter the kind of men that she deals with? Right? Understand, like you see kids grow up, you understand how they think, you understand strengths, weaknesses, different mindsets. All right, but you still can teach them a certain level of discernment. Like some people, a little more clever than others. But the scriptures, to give subtlety to the simple. Right? When you go into a look, this wasn't even supposed to be a woman's lesson, but it must be said. Like on my way from work, a couple people then bumped past me, bumping Sexy Red. I just said I have to rebuke this spirit that's around me. It's an evil spirit. But Proverbs 31. Because a woman can have certain understanding. Never says a woman has to be dumb. Proverbs 31 and 12, she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. She is like the merchant ships. She bringeth her food from afar. She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household and a portion to her maidens. Matter of fact, she considereth a field and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands she planted the vineyard. So there you go. A woman could do that, man. She could go to market. She, which store to go to, all of that good stuff. This is the heritage of Israel. Now, of course, during this time, we understand. Look, you have to apply wisdom. You might just have to get you a white woman, all right? Because a lot of these bras, they're not on this wavelength at all. All right, not yet, until the time of Isaiah 4 happens. But I'm just bringing it out just for edification of the type of people that we were. All right, a holy people. Because you sit around and that's another thing too, man. You got to read and you got to put yourself in Israel. You have to really put yourself in the midst of these people. You have to put yourself in these different situations and understand why certain judgments play out. And all these things help you to develop game and to help you to develop confidence in dealing with real life situations in real time. Right? You're having, and that's what this walk is. It's supposed to be. All right? Us constantly filtering ourselves through the scriptures in our daily walk, doing the things we have to do for the Lord, all right? Providing for the ministry, all these different things, and going through situations, and that's how you have your senses exercised. All right? Applying the scriptures. All right. Another example, Jeremiah 29:6. It says, "Take ye wives and beget sons and daughters, and take wives for your sons, and give your daughters to husbands, that they may bear sons and daughters, that ye may be increased there, and not diminished." All right. So it said, "Take ye wives and beget sons and daughters." Right. Have sons and daughters, and take wives for your sons, and give your daughters to husbands. All right, now you notice that possession, all right, undertone there. Take wives, give your daughters, that they may bear sons and daughters. So you're supposed to give your daughter to a man of understanding. All right, women don't have the understanding women don't figure the game out until they get about 30 something. They get in their late 30s. And then but by that time, she done fucked her life up. Because she finally figuring out, how to, some women are more clever, but that's basically what happens out here. They hit the wall. Which is why you marry your daughter early to somebody with some understanding. Right? Just like you see those, like I said, all these different OGs and gang, all these guys, they the same way. In whatever city, they spread this shit to, they follow the same dysfunction. All right, and what's everybody doing right now in media? Everybody getting, New York even, gang, yeah. Y'all are all fucking dysfunctional. All right, it talks about the gang mentality. Isaiah 59:7, their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity, wasting and destruction are in their paths. Right? What do you see in these different names? Destruction, the boys of destruction, death, killers, and all this shit. Sex, money, murder. What? It's wasting and destruction. The way of peace they know not, and there is no judgment in their goings. And when you look at that clip, Adam 22, a complete degenerate, he let other men sleep with his wife because she's a porn star. Like, just a sick dude, man. Had the understanding in his mind to know, wait a minute, man, you might want to filter who gets with your daughter. And, you know, Whack is on here, Mr. Street Knowledge and Street General, just saying some complete dumb shit. And you got Esau looking wiser than you. And you're supposed to be from the top nation on the earth. Like, what's going on, man? All right, Sirach 27. It was Sirach 7. 23. As thou children instruct them and bow down their neck from their youth. So you're supposed to raise your daughter in a certain way, how you want her to be, etiquette, manners. All right, manners are very important. A lot of people skip over etiquette and manners in order. You know, get your elbows off the table. Women are not supposed to sit with their legs open, etc. Hast thou daughters, have a care of their body, and show not thyself cheerful towards them. So you got all these guys, they doing TikToks with their daughter. They're just always cheating. No, man. You have to apply some discipline to her. You know, especially to a woman. All right, marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter, but give her to a man of understanding. All right, what Wax say, look, we don't want to think about our daughter's sex life. Look, it has nothing to do with that. We understand people are going to have sex. Your mother had sex with your father. Your daughter's going to have sex with your son-in-law. I mean, that's just what it is. You're going to have sex with your wife or wives, whatever. Marry your daughter to somebody of understanding, and then what happens is you bring somebody of understanding into your family, into your close circle. All right, to your circle. Because that's who you want around you. You want people of understanding. All right, but hey, that's the point. Simple, right? But you'd be surprised how many people, you know, are so dysfunctional that they miss out on, you know, small details like that. Yep, the sovereign confirmed it. Call Loyum Laya How Bashim Awashai. Like, subscribe, comment, scripture. Shalom.